beings, and welcome to my sacred space. My name is Raven, and thank you so much for being here and for hanging out with me. Today we're going to have a look at the cards of the Mystical Medleys deck. This is a vintage cartoon tarot deck by Liminal 11, created by Gary Hall. Ooh, okay. So you know what? I actually mentioned this during the unboxing for my haul video. If you're interested to see all of the decks that I got in that one haul, I think there are 10 decks. It's going to be there in my playlist. But yeah, when I purchased this one, I didn't even realize that it was by Liminal 11. I guess, I don't know, maybe the first time that I saw this deck, I did. But I kind of like wasn't that interested in it. Do you know what I mean? And then I saw that it was on sale. So I went ahead and purchased it. So here you have the Devil card. And similar with all of the Liminal 11 decks, it has this box which has this opening at the bottom, so you can store it upright like that. However, I just want to show you the Modern Witch Tarot, which is the first one from Liminal 11. It doesn't have the magnetic closure at the bottom, which allows the deck to slide right off. So I'm really glad that they started doing that with their other Liminal 11 decks. I also have the Luna Soul Tarot, which has that, which I think is very wonderful. Now, oh, by the way, if you're just here to see the flip through or appreciate the images of the cards, if you're into vintage cartoons, then take a look at my description box. It will have the timestamp to the actual flip through. I'm gonna take my time to discuss the packaging and the guidebook. This one, I don't know why they chose the devil. It is a very cute devil though, but it is quite, I don't know, like a different choice. I mean, not a lot of people or not a lot of decks would have the devil as their kind of like hero image over here. Although in the guidebook, or sorry, in the box itself, we have strength. But let's have a look at the deck. Okay, some cards are left. I'll put it right here. We are going to talk about the guidebook first. So Liminal 11, I think maybe this is their thing, but they do have hardbound guidebooks, which are not the thickest, but they are of ample information. So this deck is for Katie and Sebastian, Sterling FS, New York, and then published in 2021. You have the table of contents, and you have the foreword again with the devil. Okay, and then introduction, major arcana, and a short blurb about what major arcana cards are, and then on to the meanings of the cards. It doesn't say if you have reversed or upright meanings, but it basically explains the meaning of each card, or the definition of each of the cards. I love how it has this kind of like vintage feel, vintage newspaper feel as well with the paper. I mean, it's very subtle, but it sticks to the theme, which I think is very good. Look at the Hermit. And then I'm just trying to move forward so that we can see the minor arcanas. Okay, so let's see. Also, we have two exclusive cards, the Happy Squirrel and the Sad Squirrel. So the Happy Squirrel is a vague and mysterious mendicant, secretly scurrying to and fro, up and down the world tree. What has he unearthed this time? Is this acorn a seed that needs planting to bring an interesting idea to fruition, or a tantalizing treat to be enjoyed right now? Truly an unknown factor. There's much to learn from this happy chap who has cleverly stored away exactly what he needs to know stored away exactly what he needs to now enjoy his moment in the sun. Okay, and then we have the other exclusive card, which is Sad Squirrel. It says, hands off. Oh, hands off my nuts. That's the sour stance of the Sad Squirrel. What's mine is mine. This is no cute cuddly creature. Are you as defensive about things as this unhappy chappy? Just look at how sad his whole world is because he won't share. Ask yourself, why does it always rain on me? Why not share the wealth and spread the love? You will be happier if you do. I love the contrast of the cards as well. This is bright and cheery, and this is gloomy. And then onto the minor arcana cards, explaining what they are. And yep, you just have several images per page, but it doesn't have like the actual representation of the cards that they are describing, which is, it's okay. As long as you have information, then that should be fine. Alright, and then here you have explanations on how to read the tarot. You have tarot spreads, 1 card spread, 3 card spread. Ooh, more. Nice. A lot of different spreads, which is cool for a guidebook this size. And then that's it. Alright, so we are now going to have a look at the cards. Oh, before we do, let's talk about the quality. Ooh, okay. This is a thick deck. It is, the cardstock is thick. It is matte, which is also good. Not super matte, because as you can see, there's kind of like a glare, but it is very sturdy. There is resistance in this, and the core, I think, it's pretty thick. I'm gonna pull the This Might Hurt Tarot, just so you have comparison on the size. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so this is your typical tarot size. It looks wider though, I guess, because of the borders, maybe, but yeah, they are of the same size. Just 1 sec, I'm gonna put away the This Might Hurt Tarot. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to have a look at the cards together. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys have a better view and you can better appreciate the cards. And I'm gonna put on some music. what do you guys think of the cards? Man, I wasn't expecting me to really like this deck, but after my first impressions, as in completely looking at all of the cards, I would have to say that this might be one of my favorites because I did catch several different meanings in the cards just by looking at them for a very brief moment, like just a second, you know. Um, I'm not so sure about the borders, like the thick borders, but I guess it completes the look because it does have that vintage feel. So vintage feel, check. Cartoon feel, check. Reminds me of Betty Boop actually. The faces, very expressive, check. Messages, check. And I love how this is an RWS inspired deck because, of course, you know, for most of RWS readers out there, like myself, it's very easy to identify the meanings of the cards because even though they are themed differently, they do get the gist of the actual card. You know, yes, you know, this is the exact deck card, we just have different colors and different characters. So very easy to understand. Let me see. the stringy legs also. The moon, we have the wolf. Very funny images. I actually also bought the Kawaii Tarot as part of the haul, and I did the review about that earlier. And I said that, okay, I don't have any other cutesy deck, but I guess I got two in that haul, so pretty amazing. The aces are clouds, dark clouds, which is, I don't know yet what it means, but I will have to ruminate on that. I love this one. Speaks of really, you know, waiting for your ship to come in and then expecting you have done your planning and now, you know, you're waiting for it to come. You're serving your efforts. This one also, when I looked at it earlier, it kind of like made me realize how, you know, the Five of Wands is a card of conflict, right? It speaks of when we argue with other people or whenever we have fights with other people, you're essentially basically hurting yourself because you're the one who are left in that energy. Well, of course, other people will feel that too, but if you look at it at that perspective and you realize that, okay, you know, what I'm doing with other people, it's, you know, I'm the one who's feeling the hurt or the conflict myself. Do you know what I mean? Because this guy, this spider, is holding all of the bats, and who knows if this spider is actually fighting itself, right, or hitting itself in the head. So it's I don't know. It just gave me that message, which is pretty cool. The Six of Wands is usually the card of victory and recognition. However, this deck makes me, I don't know, feel a little bit weird because this person atop the horse has his nose up and his chin up and his eyes like that. So maybe a little bit, I don't know, too gloating, I would say. I don't know. Seven of Wands. I love that they have witches here also, which is pretty cute, and it's the traditional outfit of the witch. And then I want to show you the card that really wanted me to purchase this deck just because of the meaning. And like I said, you know, it might be a cute deck. It's a very cutesy deck. It's a cartoonish, obviously. But one thing that made me realize that this deck has more than all of the cutesy stuff to offer is this card, the Five of Cups. And you know, it basically looks quite similar to the rest of the Five of Cards card from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. But what I like about it is, you know, this creature is holding a mirror, and we don't know if this creature is seeing itself or seeing nothing or whatever. But, you know, I guess this just conveys that we need to really look deep within ourselves and, you know, maybe see the two cups here that are still upright. Maybe he's looking at that. Maybe it's a magnifying glass that will make him see better things ahead of him instead of focusing on the three cups that have been spilled. So, you know, a lot of messages in this deck, really. I'm very, very interested in working with this deck more and bonding with it so that I can better appreciate the messages and the other intuitive hits that I will get from it. Shuffling it is a breeze. The backing is a bit weird. I don't hate it. I think it's just, it could have been Well, you know what? I guess they're going for the, of course, the vintage feel and vibe, but it's just a little bit too monochromatic for me, I guess I would say. But there you go, you guys. I really can't fan, so I apologize, but that is it. That is my full flip through and review of the Mystical Medleys Tarot by Gary Hall and published by Liminal 11. What do you guys think? Are you getting this deck? Are you excited about this deck? I would love to converse with you. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving this video a like so that the algorithm will get stirred and it will reach other people, I hope. And if you like watching more of this, I would recommend you to subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for being here. I hope I see you again soon. Bye!